For one MMS race tonight, the main event, MMS will round off the weekend as the main event for Sunday night. Kick us off into a new week. Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth, bring you back for another thrilling edition of MMS Racing. Jared Haynes, Vincent Guerrero, Richard Elliott, Larry McDonald, the top four drivers who have gone out to post a lap at the end of practice. Qualifying up next. Well, 10 minutes to post one lap. We're going to see who will be the first one to go out and set the standard for tonight. Right now, slightly bigger field than what we had. Definitely got more than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, 15 drivers on deck for tonight. A lot of which you saw last night for MMS. Jared Haynes, Kenny Reel, Josh DeBroom, Landon Velicky. All drivers were raced last night in the Midnight Racing League. But nonetheless, that was last night. Tonight is tonight. So it is the waiting game to pretty much see who will be the first driver to go out. Who wants to step out, show everybody this is what you got to beat. Right now, nobody really seem like they want to take that shot. At the moment, Richard Elliott is in the house. The MMS Donator winner from only a few short minutes ago. Looks to try to sweep the weekend. Well, Landon Velicky was going to take a shot at it. Thought better of it. So already, just under 7 minutes remaining. There comes Landon Velicky. Never mind. Toying with us at this point. And he's just going to go in and practice his celebration routine. Oh wow, Landon Velicky practices his burnouts. Larry McDonald rolling out onto the racetrack. Well, McDonald will be the first one to set the standard and might initiate. McDonald right now the only one taken to the track at the moment. Ironically, he got us kick started in the HGR race, and or the MMS Donators race, and he will get us started tonight for regular MMS. Larry McDonald on the clock. Cutting Eagles just rolling out onto the racetrack. Well, never mind. We'll grind it to a stop, so we'll focus back in on Larry McDonald. Right now, 24-7 through the first half of the racetrack. Now Cutting Eagles rolling back out onto the racetrack to start his lap. He will be on the clock as soon as he gets back around. With 4.5 minutes remaining, Larry McDonald will set the time. Survey says the time to beat 24-7 across the board and a 54.820 for Larry McDonald. Just talked about him. Cutting Eagles now on track. Right now, Cutting Eagles on the clock. The OA is Steve Sizemore on the track now as well. So whenever he gets up to speed and gets back around to the front straightaway, he'll be the next one to tackle Larry McDonald or Cutting Eagles lap time. Jared Haynes rolling out as well. And he goes across the line, and he is right now on track to knock off Larry McDonald from the pole. Right in the line, Cutting Eagles. Does he take the pole from Larry McDonald? He does. 54.776 for Cutting Eagles. Steve Sizemore will focus in on him now. Just exit of turn 4. Actually coming to the exit of turn 4. Steve Sizemore does need a bit of a gain here. Do not know if it'll be enough for the pole position at the line. 786. It will be enough for the second spot. Jared Haynes. Chase Mistretta also on the clock. He'll have just over a minute and a half to get back around. And if anybody is going to post a lap, now's the time to do it. Minute and a half remaining. And Jared Haynes needs a pickup for the pole position. And at the line, won't get it. Third quickest, 790. With that being said, Chase Mistretta. Well, 55 seconds left. This will be Mistretta's going to be the last one to try to knock off Cutting Eagles and Steve Sizemore from the front row. However, it's going to need a big pickup. Chase Mistretta at the line. Is it enough? Survey says it is not. In 8:19 Cutting Eagles on pole for tonight. Is there any surprise? Nope, not really. Well, that being said, 50 laps, 17 drivers. Well, we'll go ahead and go through the field for tonight's MMS event. Try to get them numbers situated. Anyway, Cody Neagle, Steve Sizemore, Jared Haynes, Chase Pastrutta, Larry McDonald, Logan York will round out the top 6. As a matter of fact, only 5 drivers were posted a lap. Malik Ray, Landon Velicky, Kenny Reel, Richard Elliott, Vincent Guerrero, Josh DeBroom will round out the top 12. And on down, Joshua McCullough, Matthew Patton, Kim McCullough, and John Ward rounds out 16 drivers tonight. Oh, yeah. Well, right now we'll be the 1 to green. Right now, this is part of the race. Set them nerves aside. Time to get going. It's going to be a great night of action. 50 laps for 17 trucks. John Ward has already fell out of the race. That's what it's showing on our side. Might not have loaded in yet fully. Regardless, Ward will not be taking a green flag. Alright, Neagles and Sizemore brings them down to the start. We're rolling for 50 laps. Field full song down the back straightaway right now. Sizemore getting the early advantage, getting pushed by Mastrutta. Sizemore with the lead as they enter turn 3. Cutting Eagles, Jared Hayes, Larry McDonald, Malik Ray on the bottom. Now Sizemore will cover Cutting Eagles. They work their way off of turn 4 now to complete lap 1. Mastrutta will fight on the outside lane and at the line. Give it to Steve Sizemore. Right now, as it stands, Mastrutta leads. Chase Mastrutta will drop down to the bottom. Right now, Logan York will look to the outside, get pushed by Landon Velicky, Richard Elliott, and Josh DeBroom. And at the line, Logan York will lead it. Right now, 48 to go as it stands, and Logan York will lead. Landon Velicky on the outside lane. Jared Haynes jumps up to help out that outside group. Velicky knows ahead just by a little bit. Richard Elliott again trying to go for 2 in a row tonight. Winner of the Donator race just a few minutes ago. Right now, second on the outside lane. Trucks all over the place. And at the line, give it to Velicky. Right now, Landon will work that bottom lane. Richard Elliott now Cutting Eagles will jump up and help that outside lane. Eagles wanting to get the lead back already. Right now, Elliott will get run off the outside lane, and now Richard Elliott will jump down to the bottom. Sizemore McDonald now comes to pitch in the outside lane. Josh DeBroom will lead it. So Richard Elliott will lead his first laps of the race tonight with 46 to go. Right now, Velicky will hold on to the lead. Josh DeBroom still working the outside lane with Hayes, Eagles, and Sizemore. Right now, 15 drivers still in contention. John Ward out of the race before it even starts. Landon Velicky jumps back up to the outside lane. Richard Elliott will work that bottom lane, try to do anything they can to make something happen. Right now, it is practically 4 on everybody else outside versus the bottom lane. The only reason the outside lane really being able to work is because the run that they get off of the corners, predominantly off of turn 4. But you'll watch Velicky right here. He'll get a great run Down the back straightaway, bottom lane, no chance that he'll immediately drop down and cover Richard Elliott's what I like to call working the lane control. Josh DeBrune will get that run off of 4 like I just mentioned, and Josh DeBrune to the top of the board. Right on board with the Corona number 49. Right now we're trying to keep Jared Haynes right behind him. Haynes will probably get a run off of 2 again. There you see it. Right now down the back straightaway, still 2 by 2, and really this is the part of the race where everybody's just trying to ride, some trying to get track position for the upcoming green flag pit stop that's bound to happen. Others just simply riding in the back trying to save the fuel, trying to make something happen no matter what the situation is. Fuel percentage for this race tonight, 50 laps at 60% fuel, so I'll have all lighties. It'll more than likely be probably a one-stopper, to be honest with you. Just have to wait and see. Right now 9 laps completed under green, and it'll be 40 to go at the line. DeBrune will lead. Josh DeBrune's actually led 4 laps so far tonight. Veliky 3, Elliott, Sizemore, and Logan York 1 apiece. 5 different leaders so far. Right now, Landon Veliky trying to hold the lead for the most part. Elliott battles back to the bottom, and at the line, give it to Richard Elliott. Elliott will lead for his 2nd lap of the race, and counting so far. Outside lane kind of got dysfunctional, kind of got disorganized a little bit. Allowed Elliott to clear up, and now Richard Elliott will get that run down the back straightaway. Right now, Elliott is Landon Veliky in trouble. Landon Veliky will lose the draft. We'll look back to see what happened to the driver to 62. Contact with Logan York gets him loose. Bam! Hard into the wall. That's massive damage. And oh, another one into the wall. Richard Elliott. Man. The two drivers at the front already out of it for now. As Chase Mastretta works to the bottom lane. Matthew Patton also trying to work that middle lane with Joshua McCullough. Lap 14 underway. 37 to go, and of course we'll pull up the Raging Idiot Racing Network pit strategy link right now. Everybody on the same strategy, 13 laps. Have all eyes will be going a lot further before the first green flag pit stop. We'll have to wait and see. Logan York will lead entering turn 3 with Chase Pastrana, Larry McDonald, Vincent Guerrero, Steve Sizemore, Josh McCullough on the bottom lane. That's top 5 on the bottom. Well, it was. Mastretta's going to come up almost, kind of get sideways off of Logan York. Going to come back down in front of Larry McDonald. Outside lane consists of Logan York, Josh DeBrun, Jared Haynes, and Matthew Patton. Of course, Jared Haynes in the purple number 7, Matthew Patton in the black and yellow number 7. So there ain't no confusion there. Right on back in the back of the field here with somebody just riding around board Steve Sizemore. Right now, Sizemore just take it easy, riding in the 8th spot as they stand for the moment. Bottom lane really trying to work. Logan York starting to slip back with that outside lane just a little bit. Excuse me. Chase Mastretta will lead at the line, be his second lap of the race. Make the 6th different leader of the night. Right now, everybody in the top 3 has led a lap. Scratch that. Larry McDonald right now straddling between the top 3 and top 5. Right now, you see the big issue. Josh DeBrun and Jared Haynes stuck on that outside lane. No help at the moment. Malik Ray will dip out of line. He's going to try to get a run. Pretty real on the outside as well as Steve Sizemore all out of shape through the tri-oval. Sizemore able to get it back together, but it will hurt that bottom lane a little bit. As Logan York continues to lead down the back straightaway over Chase Mastretta, Josh DeBrun, Jared Haynes, and Malik Ray to top 5 for now. It changes every 500 feet, it feels like. Josh DeBrun now the leader. DeBrun down to the bottom. Personally, one of my favorite beers. Not my actual favorite, but I don't mind a good Corona every once in a while. It's great to see Josh DeBrun lead, but not for long. Here comes Jared Haynes for the Jack Shack on the outside, down to the bottom. Jared Haynes will lead this lap at the line. Will be the 7th different leader tonight. Elite Ray not to be outdone. Elite Ray is always a threat whenever we do these races, whether it's MMS or whatever league Malik Ray runs the MPGR, always a threat. And right now he is showing that he is just as much a threat now as what he always is. Right now he's got Kenny Real, Kevin McCullough, and Matthew Patton right behind him in that outside lane. 4 drivers really giving that outside lane a great boost here. Neagles thought about it, will blend back in line. 32 to go. right now, 32 to go. Ken McCullough jumps up out of line. Probably thinks still need to save a little bit more fuel, or not sure what the strategy is. Here comes the field. That's what it was for. And everybody going to try to get on the road. Kenny Real misses it. Everybody reckon Larry McDonald gets spun around on pit road. Logan York, McCullough through the grass. It will not be an easy pit stop for these drivers. Right now, drivers taking tires, some taking fuel only. Malik Raven win the race off of pit road. Kenny Real, you saw it, missed the pit entry completely. Kenny Real will come in. This will 30-11 massively off strategy, I feel like. Well, Elite Ray Chase Mistretta with a great pit stop. They are further out ahead, but you see the group winding up in the back. Right now, Matthew Patton for the lead, and he's got it. Black flatted several drivers, Josh DeBrune, Kenny Real. Right now, 30 to go. And Cody Eagles leads. And Josh DeBrune yet to serve that black flag. We're in third in line, and I wonder if it was just an unsafe pit entry. Oh, Vincent Guerrero gets turned. There they go. Caution is out. Well, they're lucky that this did not involve a lot more than what it did. Kenny Real, the biggest benefactor of this caution. All right. See what happens to the 14. And what is honestly one of the best looking Budweiser paint jobs I've ever seen in my life. Used to be a big Budweiser fan. Still is, drinking on occasion. And what happens? Patton comes up, catches it with a side drive, hangs over the back of him, and just around he went. Kissed the outside wall. And pretty much a harmless wreck, all things considering. Right on board winning. And you see a slight contact, just enough to send him around, hangs over the back of him. And that's all she wrote for Vincent Guerrero. Right now, first caution right before halfway. Well, this will probably help out some drivers as far as pit stops goes. You say it'll help out a lot of drivers. It'll bring everybody down. Matthew Patton will win the race off of pit road. Patton, Elite Race, T. Sizemore, Jared Haynes, and Cody Neagles, the top 5 off the pit road. Velicky, McDonald, Guerrero, Kenny Real, top 9, and Chase Mastrella will round out the top 10. Right now, Matthew Patton, the leader, Malik Ray, Steve Samore, Jared Haynes, Cody Neagles, the top 5. That might change just depending on how many drivers come in to top back off with fuel. A lot of them will come back in second time. That extra splash of fuel that they take can go a long way in these races. You see Matthew Patton will give up the lead for that very reason. It'll push Malik Ray out to the front. Landon Velicky, Chase Mastrutta, Richard Elliott, all in the pits. Logan York as well. Well, now to re-rack the top 10 as they run. Malik Ray, Steve Sizemore, Jared Haynes, Cody Neagles, Vincent Guerrero, the top 5. Larry McDonald, Kenny Real, Chase Mastrota, Josh DeBrune, Logan York, the top 10. On down, Velicky, McCullough, Matthew Patton, Richard Elliott, and Kenneth McCullough rounds out the 15-car field. Still left in it, John Ward did not take the start of the race. We will be getting back set. Half down, half to go. When they take the green flag, Matthew Patton, black flag for the 3. Alright. Not sure what the confusion is for the restart here, but nonetheless. We're rolling. But the most confusing restart I've ever seen. Steve Sizemore, Jared Haynes, black flag, Malik Ray. Not going on the restart, not sure what the issue was, regardless. For right now, Sizemore and Guerrero, black flags. or Jared Haynes and Steve Sizemore black flags. Cleared. Never mind. Except for Matthew Patton, who will be receiving a black flag, evidently, I'm assuming, for the cause of the caution. So everything stays straight in Cody Eagles leads. Joshua McCullough in the middle lane, getting pushed by Malik Ray. Logan York and Landon Velicky trying to work that third lane as Matthew Patton comes in this time. .24 to go, and Joshua McCullough will lead his first laps of the race. Oh, McCullough almost gets turned off Eagles' bumper. Still trying to save it. Kenny Real does not. There they go. Logan York in the wall. Caution's out. Man. Pretty much everybody saves it, but Kenny Real with some damage. Logan York will have some damage out of this. And we're under caution yet again. Let's look back at it. Right there, McCullough gets turned sideways. It looks like Real comes down. Jared Haynes is going to tag Logan York. Let's look all back at this one more time. Well, we can fast forward it there. Right here, it's going to start. McCullough's going to get a little bit sideways off of Malik Ray's push. So right there, turns sideways, hits Neagles. Ray's going to duck out. McCullough's going to save it. Going to take another shot from Malik Ray. Bam. And another one. Bam. He's fighting to save it. Kenny Real comes down across Jared Haynes', well, really the whole side of his truck. Gets it loose. Chase Mastrutta nowhere to go. And Logan York's going to get neck coated. And bam. Hard into the wall by Kenny Real. Logan York, a hell of a save. And we're under caution yet again. Where the field comes back in. Mr. Guerrero already done it gone. Chase Mastrutta messes up on his pit box, and Cody Eagles will win. Guerrero, Sizemore, Malik Ray, Larry McDonald, the top five out. Mastrutta, Jabroom was 6th and 7th. Kenny Real, Landon Velicky, and Jared Haynes will round up top 10 off of pit road. Right now, as it stands, we're going to wait to re-rack the field momentarily. And that's why Neagles will come back in, Guerrero back in, several, and the majority of the field back in to top off a field this one time. With 21 to go, be 20 when they take the green flag. Well, after everything, Steve Sizemore will be out front. Malik Ray in second. Larry McDonald, Chase Pastrana, Cody Neagles, the top five. On down to the rest of the field. Matthew Patton, Jared Haynes, Joshua McCullough, Josh DeBrone, Vincent Guerrero will round out the top 10. Pace car will be in this time. Elite Ray and Chase Pastrana looks like they'll be the only ones to fend 40 outside. All right. We're rolling. Sizemore with a great launch. Elite Ray already back down to the bottom. Chase Pastrana quickly finds himself in no man's land, needing to hurry up and get down. There's a gap below between McDonald and Neagles. That'll be too late. Jaron Haynes going to come up and help him as they work their way down the back straightaway. All right now. Chase Mastrota and Jared Haynes trying to push the outside lane. Mastrota will get the run off the corner. Mastrota, he just sat out stuck there with Jared Haynes for a moment. Going to try to come back down. Sizemore says no, sir. At the line, Steve Sizemore leads his fifth lap of the race tonight with 19 to go. About to be big. Mastrota saw it coming. At the very last possible moment before coming across Sizemore's nose, able to stay out in front of Jared Haynes. Down the back straightaway, Mastrota leads yet again. Right now they'll clear Steve Sizemore, and now Chase Mastrota leads. Jared Haynes, Steve Sizemore, Malik Ray, Larry McDonald, top five. Pole setter Cody Neagles right now running in sixth. Right on board with the six. 6 and or 7. Pick your favorite. All right, now just content to ride for the moment. Pretty much got a great look at the back of this truck. They work their way down the back straightaway. Gonna be 17 to go whenever they get to start finish line. Right now you get a great aerial shot of the single file freight train on the bottom, led by Chase Mastrutta. Right now, biggest movers of the race since the green flag failed to begin this race. Matthew Patton up 7 spots from where he started this race. He is actually the only really biggest mover of the race. Right now, unsure what the situation is here, but I think I know exactly what they're doing. Vincent Guerrero will lead, and I believe a lot of these drivers still might be short a little bit on fuel. They're letting. Right now, Mastrutta's got to really slow it up. Matter of fact, we pull up the dashboard, we can kind of see, or at least hopefully get an insight into what we're seeing here. Nope, this is the last one. This is the main event. Right now, Mastrutta's 177. Guerrero's 184. Well, that tells the story right there. Massive speed difference. So one or two things is going to happen. Either Guerrero and Patton have enough to where they can make it to the end or go all out, and or they're either going to try to save fuel this way and try to make it just between them. However, the scenario can be that they might not have enough to make it anyway. But here you see the 2.4 second gap. Right now, field's starting to kind of single file out a little bit. You see, there's the switch. Guerrero's switch with Matthew Patton now. Logan York starting to bring them all back together. Guerrero would duck out of line, more than likely thinking I'm just going to slip back to the back of the field here, try to save what I can. Matthew Patton's going to hold the defensive line. Never mind. Patton thought the same thing. Then maybe they could have experimented with it. But ultimately, they will be stuck on the outside lane and fall probably right to the back end of this field. Logan York said he's had enough of this lead too, need to get back there and save. And now, Chase Mastrutta will occupy the lead for the moment. You can hear it. You can hear it. You can hear it in the cars. They are not full song right now. 165, 167. They are not. Trying to save every bit of fuel they possibly can. And this is part of the race where you just wait and see as Logan York goes way up to the top side of the racetrack. I think they're going to try to save enough to where they can make it barely. Might not have enough for a celebration, but Matthew Patton starts it back out ahead again. Right now, Guerrero holds the lead. Right now, nobody wants to lead at this point. Nobody wants to lead at this point. Everybody trying to say what they can. Logan York will lead again. $11 to go, and about the only thing that might would save them is if somebody makes a miscue and ends up wrecking somebody. Here comes Landon Veliky, shot out of a cannon to the back of Cody Eagles. Landon said, "Forget this." Got himself up to second. Well, Phil's starting to get back up to full song, and evidently they're ready to go with 10 to go. Right now, Cody Eagles leads. Landon Veliky, Steve Sadmore, Larry McDonald side by side for fifth between Patton and Malik Ray. I don't know if this was bad a sign, but Landon Veliky said, "All right, y'all just going to ride here. I'm going to go." Right now, Neals leads still. Veliky not step out of the line. You got to wonder though, can they still make it? Well, pit strategy length. Right now, everybody on a 12 to 13 lap run. They ran 18 or 19, so it's going to be definitely going to be close. Eagles up to cover Sizemore. Veliky down to the bottom. Right now, it's going to be 8 to go, 7 at the line. Going to led 6 laps tonight so far. The pole center looking to return to victory lane. He's got Landon Veliky right below him, along with Larry McDonald, Josh DeBrune on the bottom lane. Right now, of course, this Pretty much this is go time now. You're either going to make it or you're not. That's how I look at it. But you can't sit around and just go. Just can't crawl around this place. And right now, every driver's taking a gamble that they got enough to make it on fuel. Landon Valentine and Cody Nichols especially right now, both of them leading their respective lines. They work off of turn 4, 6 to go at the line. Right now, Nichols will cover Velike. Here comes McDonald back on the bottom with Josh DeBruin. Matthew Patton working himself up in the mix. Trying to. Right now, sitting just outside the top 5. Cody Nichols will lead him yet again in turn 3. Velike right now is his best friend at the moment. But the moment Velike gets clear or has a shot at it, I guarantee that 62 will make the move. As right now, we're coming to 5 to go. Right now, McDonald hanging right at the bottom line, just enough to where he can't get clear of the 62. Right now, the way I see it, I don't think nobody's really going to try to step out to at least 3 to go, maybe 2. And you know the 3 white ash is coming, but do they trust the third lane? Will the third lane do anything? Track temps 140 degrees? Well, McCullough and Elliott's going to test it out for us. Richard Elliott, and here comes Ken McCullough. Right now, he got a big run going, and I fully expect somebody to try to block it. Right now, the 02 and the 03. For both of them, Richard Elliott trying to go back to back to sweep the Sunday. Well, for Ken McCullough, going to try to go up 2 more spots where he started this race. Or for where he ended the last race here. Oh, Jabron almost got Richard Elliott. D. Sizemore jumps to the outside lane. Here comes, well, I was going to say here comes Elliott, but right now the run's kind of stalled out for the moment. Josh DeBruin holding the middle lane. Larry McDonald on the bottom. It was a heartbreaking end to the race 4 to 8. He had a strong car in the Donators race. Unfortunately, did not pan out for him how he wanted. And with 3 to go, oh, Jabron contact McDonald loose. Trying to save it. No, they saved it for now. They won't make it back to the white flag, I guarantee it. Richard Elliott on the outside, still hanging strong. About the best thing that the 02 could have solved. But it's just not enough yet to get clear. Right now, Josh DeBruin still working that middle lane. They'll see 2 laps to go. When they get to the line, still 3 by 3. DeBruin will drop to the bottom lane. That will open up the door for Nichols and Velike yet again to mount another run. 2 to go at the line. Give it to Josh DeBruin, only barely, as Nichols storms up the middle. Not quite able to get clear yet. Really what Elliott, McCullough, and Sizemore needs is a Ford truck to jump up, whether it's in front or behind. And they got it with Guerrero down the back straightaway. They made it through turn 3. They just got to stay right there. Landon Velike trying to do everything he can to get that middle line up. Cody Nichols down on the bottom. Starting on pole, looking to finish that way. Landon Velike will bring them down, barely over Cody Nichols. They will see the white flag. This race is official no matter what. And the race has just now started. Right now, Golden Eagle's going to work his way back on the bottom again, pushed by Jabroon now. Richard Elliott still trying to fin that third line. More cars already up there with him. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Oh, Kenny Real gets turned in the back. Mastretta up in the Sizemore. They're almost wrecking. They all save it somehow. Don't ask me how. Jared Haynes loose. McCullough loose. Down through short street for the final time. 3x3. Josh Jabroon, Cutting Eagles, Malik Ray at the line. Can't call it. Josh Jabroon, barely, for what we're getting on my side. Go ahead and mount the top 5. We'll see if it's confirmed. By 0.02 of a second. Over Malik Ray. Larry McDonald will come in third. Elliott and Eagles rounds out the top 5. Have you ever? Couple times. 0.02 of a second, the difference tonight. Whoo! Another 100 feet. And Malik Ray has him. I'm hesitant to go by Corona now. Well, folks, we're going to try to get this as close as possible. It ain't going to be easy. And really, it's just a victim of circumstance. The Calamity turn 3, that's what opened the door. See how that turns out. Well, just a bit short, but nonetheless, it'll tell the picture just as good. Josh Jabroon, 0.02 of a second tonight. We'll wait for him to get into victory lane. With that being said, go ahead and get Larry McDonald in here, who will come out of this. Who will come out tonight in third. Larry McDonald, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's got to be a whole lot better than the first race went.
Yeah. I was getting a little nervous as we came around the bend there because I was at 275, 276, and I was like, oh. And even just before that, I was already in the yellow, and I was like, well, worst case if it blows, I hurry up and drop to the side.
Well, just taking through the night, it was a very eventful night. 4-80. Couple of close calls here and there. How are you able to keep your head in it and let alone salvage third? Because the way it looks, we got 0.02 of a second between Josh Jabroon and Malik Ray, and then it looks even closer for third, back behind them two, with you barely edging it out. Just how are you able to keep your head in it, especially after a bad race one did not go the way, and ultimately just take me through the night. It was something.
Well, yeah. So race one was a disaster, and then when I got spun on pit road, it was like, oh my God, like we're in big trouble now, right? Because it made no sense. And yeah, I mean, I just had to regroup real quick, and just stay in it. And then, I had messaged Malik, and I had asked him, what he was going to do on a restart. He gave me an idea what he was going to do, and then, I mean, it's kind of crappy, right? I hate saving fuel like that, but even then, I finished with 0.1 of a lap left.
What you're saying is Josh Jabroon barely had anything to do a burnout with, but I mean,
yeah, it was definitely an interesting race. I mean, did you broadcast the one that we did at Atlanta where we had heat issues and?
Yep, I remember that one. Yep, I remember that one.
I'm kind of thinking that's what we should do with the Gen 6. That would eliminate people from being able to shove hard. Maybe we can get some exciting racing in that car here.
I'm all for it, but that's above my pay grade. I do want to ask you before we head out, is there anybody want to thank your friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Oh, just to thank the wife, Heather, for always being supportive when I do this. Thank Michael Conti for all his help, and thank Kenny for putting on the race and you for broadcasting it.
All right, buddy. Larry McDonald will salvage the night coming home in third after a wild finish at Talladega. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. With that being said, I'm going to give it a minute. And arguably one of the closest finishes that I've ever seen. We're going to get into winner tonight. Josh DeBrune, I'm going to hate to tell you, you barely got it.
Yeah, I see that. Golly.
2,000 of a second. Did you really? 49 was fast all night tonight. Stayed at the front the majority of the night. What was really the plan from here on out once the fuel was set? It really, I want to ask you personally, did Landon Veliky kind of set the tone there, like, he just stormed up through the middle, gave Niegels a shot, ready to go, and after that, was that pretty much the kick that everybody needed to say whether, well, we're either going to make it or we're not?
Yeah, well, we knew we could make it all the way through. Even at the pit stop, we knew we could. Me, Landon, and Cody were all working together there, so we knew we could make it. We planned on jumping out. I jumped out a little bit later on accident. Didn't mean to do that, but once they started going, it kind of everybody either had to keep up or you were done because you didn't have time to pit stop anymore. We had enough to make it all the way, and that's just how it is. Like, I think at the end there, when I crossed the line, I still had a lap to the good, so we saved way enough, and we just kind of started off it, and yeah.
Well, buddy, I got to ask. I mean, very entertaining race. How stressful was it? Because really, we saw the bottom lane really. That's typical, outside lane kind of overpowered. The deal is where you're surprised that there was just enough distance left to edge out Malik Ray, and honestly, what's one of the closest finishes that I've seen in a long time. Not the closest, but ranking up there in the top 5.
Yeah, coming to the end there, I mean, I didn't even know they were that close, to be honest. My Cody and Landon there were like, I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it. And I was like, man, I think I did. But I didn't know. I have triple monitors, and I still couldn't even see them. That's how close it was. Like, they were right there. And, it was a great ending. That's how I want every race to end, this close, because most of the time everybody's just getting wrecked coming to the line. So even if I would have lost it, I wouldn't have changed anything.
Well, buddy, last question before I let you head out, because right now you got me wanting to go buy Corona at the 24-hour gas station up the road, but is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks to my teammates Landon and Cody, just working with me there, and thank you for broadcasting, and Kenneth for hosting the races. I mean, he's been doing a great job hosting, and thanks to GT Racing Seats. That's it.
All right, buddy. And one of the closest finishes to date, Josh DeBrune will walk out of here a winner in MMS. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. That being said, getting a man in here that unfortunately tonight will be on the receiving end of the finish. Malik Ray, Garrett Jenkins in the broadcast booth. Guy, copy, buddy.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
All right.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If I was on the receiving end of this deal and losing by 2,000 of a second, I'd be a little upset. But all in all, a great night for the one. Really, at what point for you did the switch flip to where we can make it at this point? Was it when Landon shot up to the outside and kind of got everybody back going? At what point did Malik Ray feel comfortable of racing it out for the win?
It was after Landon went flying around the outside. I didn't feel comfortable racing at that point. I just kind of figured I had to go. And then I realized there was 2 laps left, and I didn't even know. I had been so focused on my gas that I wasn't looking at how many laps were left. But I just saw that it was 2 to go. I tried to push as hard as I could. I tried to get him clear heading into turn 3, but I mismanaged my temps down in the um, in in turns 1 and 2. So unfortunately, Cody was able to come up, but I mean, it worked out in the end for all 3 of us, so I can't complain.
Well, I'm going to ask you this more on a personal standpoint. Does this type of racing suit Malik Ray a little bit, or do you like going? We're safe on fuel, go flat out. Is that what you prefer, or does this fuel saving situation like we saw earlier, does that also fit your driving style, or is it pretty much a mixture of both? Do you prefer the fuel saving we had to do, or do you just like going all out for the win?
I prefer not having to save gas. I just think it creates everybody's all in a big bumble, and it just like allows people that aren't usual players involved. So then it makes it difficult for me to like make decisions on my moves because I'm not used to having to race the like the other group that's up there. But I mean, all in all, I just try to just adapt to like anything that's thrown at me. But I would definitely just not like to save gas.
I've personally been there before, especially for a dude that sucks getting on and off pit road. But Malik, I'll ask you this last question. I'll let you head out for the night. Is there anybody I want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Roger Shelton at Tent Solutions as always, and Richard Elliott for the push he gave me out of turn 4. I appreciate both of them.
All right, buddy. Malik Ray will come out tonight, finishing second. Next time we talk to him, I have no doubt he'll be right back in victory lane. Malik, appreciate your time, buddy. Have a good night. Hell of a job.
All right, you too, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. With that being said, a quick message here. Wait for that response. We'll go ahead and go through the field tonight in what was, again, arguably one of the closest finishes in MMS history. Josh DeBrune, updated 4,000 of a second. Not really much of a difference. Larry McDonald, Richard Elliott, Cody Nichols, top 5. Matthew Patton, Landon Velicky, Kim McCullough, Jared Haynes, Chase Mastretta rounds out the top 10. Logan York, Kenny Real, Vincent Guerrero, Steve Sizemore, Joshua McCullough will round out the field tonight. Of course, John Ward didn't even take the green flag tonight. He will round out the field in 16th. Well, with that being said, it was a thrilling night of action tonight. It was an awesome night of action tonight. Congratulations to Josh DeBrune and Richard Elliott. They are your 2 winners tonight from Talladega Super Speedway. Appreciate everybody watching tomorrow night. Inspired Racing League Cup Series live from Las Vegas. And I'll see everybody tomorrow night. Until then, appreciate everybody watching. Take it easy.